your home for the most local news. News 10 ABC in the morning starts now.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Christina Arangio.
And I'm Ryan Peterson. Here's a look at the stories we've been following this morning.
We have families down the road here with children under the age of 6 years old.
Concerns that local kids could be at risk. We'll tell you about a proposal that caused the reaction.
They're separating the children. Mr. President, don't you have kids?
Outrage from the nation's capital.
Let the children go! Let the children go!
To New York City as protests on that zero tolerance policy continue. Now that the discussion is moving here to the state capitol.
We tell you, this is anything but a victim. This young woman is very courageous.
Courage in a terrifying situation. A jogger attacked in broad daylight. Find out what helped her break away and what she actually thought to do in the seconds after that happened to her and she got away, which led to the suspect being apprehended. Amazing.
Incredible.
It's all ahead for you this morning. Thanks for waking up with 10 here on Fox 23 on a glorious morning, but we'll talk about how beautiful it is in a minute. Those stories we mentioned and this. The Bruce cycle.
Hey!
Yeah, it's making its way from Troy and Schenectady to Albany now. And later this morning, Andrew Banis will take it out for a spin.
So cool.
Drinking beers, burning calories.
How could that not be popular? You know, it's a great way to see the city. And
Absolutely.
breeze in your hair, get the exercise.
Yeah.
What else are we talking about today?
Well, a really shocking video from a kids' softball game. Take a look. Chaos erupting. Parents throwing punches at each other. Children trying to get them to stop. Just a terrible scene. Unfortunately, we have seen this before. Parents, getting a little too heated during youth sports.
Parents behaving badly is how we termed it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw that kick for the first time. Just unbelievable.
Anyway, we'll get to that. Plus, coming up about an hour from now, we'll be making pizza here in the studio. The fine folks from Blaze Pizza will be joining us.
None of you guys have tried it yet.
I
haven't had Blaze. No.
Oh, you haven't?
Really
I know,
cool.
you know about it. I thought you tried it.
It's awesome.
And they're opening up a new location in Clifton Park, and they've got one in Niskuna, one in Albany, so we'll be talking about that too, and we'll be sampling.
We have to test it. We've got to let the viewers know.
Exactly, it's research, as
We'll
Andrew
be
would
taking
say,
our
right?
slices outside and
Can
eating
we?
them later.
Come on.
Visit the weather deck?
And see the pie in the sky, which is the sunshine.
Come
on. It's beautiful, though, guys. It's one of these days where it's just easy to tell you over and over again. Sun-filled, beautiful, pleasant. That key word of pleasant because the lower humidity.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. We love our viewer pictures. Adding a little texture in the sky are some clouds down south. And that's where we go to John for sending in this beautiful sunrise from St. Remy. We did a little research. Peterson, thank you, because we found out St. Remy near the Kingston area. And as folks are traveling from the mid-Hudson Valley south, that's where you find this. But notice, a few clouds, blue skies, just a nice combo. It's still beautiful for everybody. But then you get this, where the water looks like glass, and it really is beautiful for Saranac Lake. Boaters, enjoy the day. This is one of those days you want to play hooky. You know, a lot of us were asking yesterday, wait, is today the day? Any of these days are gorgeous to spend a little more time in the sun, perhaps. Protected, of course. Put on the sunscreen, put on the shades. You'll want to find some shade because really, still clear across Stuyvesant Plaza. Lucky to have our Stewart Shop Storm Checker weather camera always giving us that gorgeous look. And today, 60s now in Albany, 62, a calm wind, more and more sun. Maybe some upper 40s and 50s still creeping in across the Adirondacks and the eastern half of our area. So there may be a chill in the air for a little longer, but that high of 79 is going to be beautiful. I'll have much more on this last day of spring. Because tomorrow we spring right into summer at 6:07 in the morning. All the details on that pleasant forecast as well in a little bit.
It's easier to say last day of spring than last day of summer, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right, well, we want to get you up to speed on the top stories that are trending on this Wednesday morning.
RCD has got to go.
Protests here in New York calling for a change in immigration policy. This rally in Syracuse as the vice president arrived for a fundraiser.
Now the message is making its way here to Albany at the state capitol. That's where we find News 10 ABC's Samantha Damasio this morning. Sam, lawmakers and protesters hoping to accomplish some good here today.
That's right, Ryan. In just about 2 hours from now, both assembly members and activists will gather here at the Capitol to call for an end to that zero tolerance policy. Now, that new policy leading to a spike in the number of children being taken from their parents and separated as those families are being caught crossing the border into the United States illegally. Now, this new policy was announced by the White House early last month, you may remember. And since then, some 2,300 children have been temporarily housed in the holding facilities while their parents are being detained and processed. But protesters say the facilities are unsuitable for children. Governor Cuomo called the policy inhumane, claiming the children are being taken from their parents without due process. And he says he plans on suing the federal government over it. Today's rally will be held on the steps of the third floor of the $1 million staircase inside of the Capitol building here. Again, all of this expected to begin just after 9 o'clock this morning. And this all happening on the last day of the legislative session. Now, we will be here and we'll let you know what happens. Now we are live at the Capitol. Samantha Damasio, News 10 ABC.
All right, Sam, thank you. And the White House has defended the zero tolerance policy, saying they are required under law. And this could all be avoided if parents seek asylum legally at the port of entry. When the president arrived to Capitol Hill, he reinforced that defense.
I don't want children taken away from parents. And when you prosecute the parents for coming in illegally, which should happen, you have to take the children away. People that come in violate the law, they endanger their children in the process, and frankly, they endanger all of our children.
And the president then hugging the American flag after that address to business leaders. But Republican lawmakers feeling the pressure from the policy's backlash. They're now working on finding a solution that holds to the president's hardline immigration policy and ends the practice. At least a half dozen bills are being proposed to address the issue of child separation. The White House saying that after their meeting, President Trump told House Republicans, quote, "I'm with you 100%. Senator Schumer shot down the Republican approach, though, saying that President Trump should use his executive authority, not legislation, to end the family separations. Christina?
Thank you, Nicole. Back here in New York, it is the last day of the legislative session before lawmakers head home for the summer. Several pieces of legislation getting last-minute approval. One of those measures, a bill that would put cameras on school buses to record and ticket drivers who illegally pass stopped school buses. Officials say 50,000 people illegally pass school buses each and every day. The bill is now in the Assembly. Lawmakers still at odds on a number of measures, though, including a bill that would permanently end the requirement that standardized test scores must account for half of a teacher's evaluation. The bill passed in the Assembly, but is currently stalled in the Senate, despite 55 out of 63 senators sponsoring it. Later today, New York State United Teachers will be handing out free ice cream outside the Capitol in support of that measure, saying, quote, "Nothing would be sweeter on the last day of session than passing the bill."
A neighborhood concerned over plans to turn an old landfill into a police shooting range. People will get a chance to discuss that proposal with officials. Glenville hosting a public hearing today. The property for the range just a few hundred feet away from some residential homes, right? But for some, it feels a little too close. Right now, Glenville police rely on an area fish and game club for their target practice and have no control over when they can use the range and often have to call officers in on overtime.
We're asking officers to go out on the street, fire a weapon, and say, maybe we can get you training on it, maybe we can't. That's not proper.
We have families down the road here with children under the age of 6 years old. It's a totally different situation.
Town officials say the nearby range and hunting land, other reasons the police range would fit in well with the current landscape. That public hearing is scheduled for this evening at 7 o'clock.
All right, now an incredible yet terrifying story that you don't want to miss here. You got to take a look at this surveillance video behind me here showing the moment a woman is attacked while jogging. All right, take a closer look right here. Car pulls up in front of the woman jogging in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. See the man get out of the car. Now he starts running towards her. He grabs both of her arms as he tries to drag her to his car. But the woman fights back and told a local newspaper she screamed, she kicked her attacker, and listen to what a witness explains helped her break away from the suspect.
She had some suntan lotion on her. I think she may have been slippery, and she was able to break away.
And after the suspect stumbled and got back into his car, the woman took out her phone right away, and she thinks to take a picture of the car as the driver is getting away. That is how police track down the suspect, Gordon Lyons, a convicted rapist. Police applauding her bravery and her quick thinking that she had the mindset after that scary situation to get her phone out and take that pic. Incredible. For more on the stories we cover, the latest breaking news, head to our News 10 ABC app. If you don't have it, you can get it for free. Google Play or the App Store is where you'll find it.
All right, when it comes to protecting your family from summer weather, there are a few safety reminders to keep in mind, right? As the mercury rises, so does the risk of heat-related illness. So if you experience heavy sweating, nausea, or muscle cramps while outside this summer, you may be a victim of heat exhaustion. Confusion coupled with a high body temperature could mean you're suffering from a heat stroke. When symptoms last more than an hour, you got to seek medical help right away. As for protecting your skin from the sun's rays, don't get lost in the sunscreen aisle. In the next half hour, some tips from the experts to help you find the best sunblock for your entire family.
New details, the state ramping up the fight against Lyme disease. New research will focus on better diagnosing and treating the tick-borne disease. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals putting up $48 million for a study in partnership with the Wadsworth Center in Albany. New York State willing to reimburse the private company for up to half of the money they put forward.
This is about public health in action, trying to solve problems that help the people of the state of New York.
And we really had a chance to realize that the uptick is real, and there's a lot of concern out there.
Protecting yourself from ticks can be as easy as wearing light-colored clothing, also doing a full body check after coming in from the outdoors, not just for you, but for your kids and the pets too.
That's right. Happening today, another day to discuss what should happen at Troy's Monument Square. Multiple projects, as you know, have been proposed in the past, but ultimately all have fallen through, including plans for Bowtie Cinema. Workshop continues tonight at 5, Thursday at 6 at the Arts Center right there on River Street downtown.
7:09 right now. Recent shootings leaving a local community on edge.
Coming up, what city leaders say they're doing to keep your family safe.
Woo! Getting a workout this morning, but all for a fun cause. We are taking this bad boy for a spin, and you're coming along for the ride next.
I want to hop on your ride, Andrew. Come on over here to News 10 ABC Studios. Home is where the heart is. And you know what? A good day to ride the bike, a good day for anything. Are you still confused about the forecast? Just look outside. It's that beautiful view. Stays put all day long. I'll have all the details on your forecast first after this short break. Good morning, everyone. 7:13 on this wonderful Wednesday. Already off to a great start in the forecast department. I have an easy job this week. It's just copy and paste this. Few clouds here and there, but tons of blue sky, tons of sunshine, and it's a forecast where when you look outside, it is what you see. It's truly a day that looks and feels great ahead, and this view from Manchester, Vermont. Oh, glorious to see the mountains behind it, to see all the greenery. Beautiful, really, is how you describe it. And today, again, a few clouds here and there. We'll see more clouds prevalent from the mid-Hudson Valley south, but even here, partly to mostly sunny at times, but it's a lot of sunshine that's in full force. And look at that blue sky from Malta, the south side of Saratoga Lake. A little ripple in the water, just enough to say there's some wind out there, but really a calmer day is ahead after the gusty winds that have been decreasing since Monday. Looking at this view from Cobleskill as you look west, still just the same sight, but I wanted to show you everybody getting in on it. And those clouds that we can track from the mid-Hudson Valley south may mix in at times, but you still need the SPF, you still need the sunglasses, and for right now, maybe a light jacket. So without the cloud cover overnight, a lot of backyards have bottomed out. It's still pretty mild and pleasant in Albany at 62, but those upper 40s aren't so comfortable just yet. A little chilly at Lake Pleasant at 48, still a chill in the air at 55 in Glens Falls, and more mid-40s, mid-50s as you travel eastbound into western Vermont, western Mass. But today, everybody getting in on a seasonable day. Sunny, seasonable, spectacular. Come on, let's keep it going. 79 degrees, which is our average. That's sun setting tonight at 8:37. Today we have 15 hours and 19 minutes of daylight. Truly, the longer and longer days are here. Oh, hold on, wait for it. Let's get to tonight's forecast as this is jumping all over the place, just on repeat. Tonight we'll fall back to the upper 50s. It's a nice night, partly cloudy. Winds are out of the west, a calm breeze at 5 to 8 miles per hour. And it's still the snooze and cruise forecast through Friday. But by the weekend, things turn a little damp. We do need the rain. It's just the timing in all this. For the outdoor activities, you do want the rain gear handy. Few showers, thunderstorm Saturday night, looking towards maybe an isolated system Sunday. All in all, you can always track this forecast, whether watching us or having our weather app. It's free if you don't already have it. Just search for the News 10 ABC Storm Tracker logo.
All right, thanks, Jess. Well, we have an update on a story we first told you about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Bruce Cycle that you've seen in Troy, now making its way around downtown Albany. The ribbon cutting is today.
All right.
The News 10 ABC's Andrew Vanis got to take it out for a spin early. Check this out.
Man, beautiful morning, huh?
It is nice.
Can't beat it. And where else would you want to be than right on this right now? Tell me about what am I sitting on here?
Yeah, it's our brew cycle. So we're doing tours. We're here in Albany for the first time. We've been out here about 2 weeks, ribbon cutting tonight, so we're excited.
Now, you guys have places all over the Capital Region. What are some of the other locations?
Yeah, Troy, Schenectady. We started in Hudson last year, actually, so we've been around for about 5 years now, and this is our first stint in Albany. Warehouse District has done a nice job with putting some new establishments that we can stop at. It's very flat, so it's conducive for what we do.
Being all over the Capital Region, is there something, you're from the area, is there pride in getting to do this, bring some excitement to different locations all over the area?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because in Troy where we started, people always would come to Troy and said, you know what, I probably wouldn't have come here if it wasn't for this business, and they realized how great of a city it was and how good of a job they've done. It's the same with the Warehouse District. I mean, Albany's done a great job with bringing local establishments. Druthers is now here, so it's been great. It really is.
Not bad, and we got Lost and Found right behind us. Now, look, you have to imagine at home. I know it's early. Trust me, I tried to get them to let us have a few drinks. They said, come on, Andrew. Not yet. But imagine right now you'd be on here with your friends. You might have a drink in front of you while you're riding, something like that. That's all part of the fun, excitement. That's what you guys are looking for. And tonight at 5 o'clock, ribbon cutting.
You got it. Yep. We'll see you there.
Well, here we go. Cheers. Invisible cheers. All right, back to you guys in the studio.
Cheers.
Invisible
Salute.
cheers.
Yeah. They could have done coffee, like Jess mentioned. It would
Maybe.
have been fine.
Pull up to a Starbucks.
I would love that. Yeah. That's just an idea. They could expand things.
Take that through the drive-thru. Wow.
That would be great. This one's going to take a while. We need 8 orders. Story, tip, or video you want us to see? Share it with us or our News 10 ABC app. There's a report it button there at the bottom of the screen. You can send it to us.
7:18 right now, 62 degrees outside. People relying on medical marijuana are facing an issue here in New York.
Right. There's concern about the dispensaries that can't keep up with the demand. So coming up, how lawmakers are working to change that.
The win that shook a country, literally. Mexico beating Germany, who's the defending World Cup champ, by the way. Some trying to bring that kind of passion and excitement for the game right here to U.S. Up next, we'll explain how your kids can be a part of it.
You're watching News 10 ABC. Dedicated, determined, dependable.